time is 12 o'clock. Here is the midday news. First, the top stories. Ogun rewards 4 staff with houses for outstanding performances. Customs ban importation of vehicles through the land borders. APC national leader Bola Tinubu says he is not defecting from the party. Air Force takes delivery of 4 trainer jets from Pakistan. In foreign, scientists warn that cesarean births affecting human evolution, and Malawi takes Tanzania to the US over a new map over disputed lake. I am Simiat Abaru, bringing you the news in detail shortly. Now the news in detail. Ogun State government has rewarded 4 of its staff with houses at the AAK Degun Estate at Ladirin, Okimoson, Abeokuta for outstanding performances. The 4 lucky workers are Rachel Adekoya of the Ogun Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Corps, Trace, Sule Isiaka of the Governor's Office, Wahid Adeshino and Wole Dosomo, both of the Information and Strategy Ministry. The governor handing over keys of 2-bedroom flat to each of them during the first phase of presentation of keys to civil servants who applied for housing units in the state, says that his administration has fulfilled the promise of affordable housing scheme to civil servants in the state. Amoson, who also commissioned 116 shops at Ladirin markets in the state, further spoke on the categories of people that will benefit from the various ongoing housing projects in the state.
OPIC Alamala housing scheme will serve low to medium income earners. The OPIC Abaru housing scheme are to provide affordable housing for the low to medium income earning members of staff of various industries in Abaru axis in the Ogun West Senatorial District. The Housing Corporation Plainfield Estate is designed for middle income earners. The OPIC Orange Valley Estate is designed for middle to upper income earners. And the Minister of Housing President Muhammad Buhari Estate, Obakwe, is a new town development project designed for the middle to ultra high income earners as a new government reservation area. This will not be the last.
Ogun State government says 253.8 million naira will be spent on the construction of a new industrial park at Onijongojogon near Abeokuta to enhance business activities in the state. Commerce and Industry Commissioner Otumba Bimbo Ashiru made this known while defending the ministry's 700 million naira capital vote on the state 2017 budget bill before the State House of Assembly's Finance and Appropriation Committee. The commissioner says that 37 million naira will be spent on the construction of new roads to open up existing park in the area and 83.67 million naira to equip the industrial park with new equipment, including fabrication machines, to provide tools for artisans. Ashiru says 45 million naira will be spent on building more incubation centers at Odogbolu and Owode Yewa, while 101.5 million naira is voted for establishment of the Gateway Government Garment Institute to create new jobs and ensure industrial growth. The ministry, according to him, projected 3 billion naira revenue for 2017, while only 474.68 million naira had been realized as at last October out of the projected 4.2 billion naira revenue for the outgoing fiscal year. The Nigeria Customs Service has announced a ban on the importation of vehicles into the country through the land borders. The ban, which covers both used and new vehicles, will take effect from January 1, 2017. The agency, in the statement, says the presidential directive stipulates that all vehicles coming into the country must go through the seaport. Importers using the land borders have been given up till December 31 to clear vehicles already imported through the seaport in the neighboring countries. Clearing imported vehicles from seaport according to the 2014 tariff regime attract 35% duty, 5% value-added tax, 1% inspection level, and 7% port surcharge for used vehicles. Last April, the presidency also banned the importation of rice through the land borders, restricting it to the seaport. Two-time Ogun State governorship candidate Prince Boyega Isiaka has faulted the Amosun administration for its ongoing expansion of Abeokuta-Shagamu Interchange Road into a 10-lane expressway. The implementation of the 50-kilometer expressway project, which the state government says will be largely financed by the World Bank, has already begun from Abeokuta end. Isiaka speaking on the project while appearing on a Rock City FM program Daybreak Show in Abeokuta says the project, like other road projects being implemented by the state government, are misplaced priority considering its limited resources. He says there are other vital roads and critical sectors such as education and healthcare delivery in the state which are begging for attention that the state government should have considered.
That project is uncalled for. I was looking at the justification that government has for this thing, attracting investors, and I say, do we have 10-lane roads there when we have necessary roads? Do we have 10-lane roads there when we have the school that we have there? And again, if we have to expand a 50-kilometer road into a 10-lane road, what do we do to several other, because of investors? What do we do to several other small-scale investors in several other parts of the state? Tango Ejoko, Alagbole, Akute, Yakoyo, Ijojodo area of the state, around Abaru, Aton, the Sada Road, even the Ashero, Abeokuta Road, or the Ilishagowe Road, or Ilara, Ijowe, Goa, Ojadon, and several other places that we have. We have also said that small-scale enterprises are the nerve center of a government. So if we leave all of these roads in the way they are, and we're not concentrating on 50-kilometer road and want to do 10-lane road in that place, I think, to me, it's uncomfortable. The other argument I've had is that this financed by multilateral institutions. And so what? In the first instance, we will need to know the details of those financing and how they want to go about it. I don't think that is what we need now.
Nigerian Air Force has taken delivery of 4 trainer aircraft from Pakistan as part of new platform it's placed order for to increase its capacity against growing security problems in the country. The 4 Super Mushak trainer planes, which were part of 10 expected from Pakistan, were received from the Pakistani Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sohoy Amr, at a ceremony in Kaduna. 21 different military planes expected to arrive in the country in the first half of 2017 include the Russian-built Mi-35M attack helicopter, as well as Pakistani-built J-17 fighter planes and remnants of Mushak trainer planes. Defense Minister, retired Brigadier General Mansour Dan Ali, while inaugurating the 4 trainer aircraft, says that 35 student pilots at the Nigerian Defense Academy will commence training flight on the planes. The national APC leader Asiwaju Bola Tinubu has dismissed the report that he is finalizing plans to defect from the party to join others in forming an opposition mega party. Tinubu has been credited with such moves after his disagreement with APC National Chairman Chief John Odigi Oyegun over the party primaries for the last Ondo state governorship poll. But Tinubu, in his tweet on Monday, says his mind is fixed on establishing a positive historic legacy than engaging in destructive petitions. APC, according to him, is a party he labored with others to build and would not abandon it for any other party. In the journey of APC to nation's betterment, Tinubu says mistakes will be made and then corrected, but explains that through it all, he will remain true to the progressive ideas that led to the formation of APC. Rivers State government has declared 3 days of fasting, seeking divine intervention before and during the Saturday rerun polls in the State House of Assembly, the House of Representatives and the Senate in the state. The State Information Commissioner Austin Tam George, in a statement, says the fasting will last between Wednesday and Friday, the eve of the polls. Meanwhile, Governor Oyeson Wike says that the police have withdrawn his chief security officer ahead of the polls. Wike alleges that several policemen were also transferred from the government house. The governor says he now looks up to God for protection. You are still listening to the Midday News from Rock City 101.9 FM. Up next, we bring you foreign, business and sport news. Please stay with us. In foreign, scientists have warned that the regular use of cesarean sections is having an impact on human evolution. More mothers now need surgery to deliver a baby due to their narrow pelvis size, according to a study. Researchers estimate cases where the baby cannot fit down the birth canal have increased from 30 in 1,000 in the 1960s to 36 in 1,000 births today. Historically, these genes would not have been passed from mother to child, as both would have died in labor. Researchers in Austria say the trend is likely to continue, but not to the extent that non-surgical birth will be obsolete. Russia and China have vetoed a draft resolution at the UN Security Council that called for a 7-day ceasefire in Syria's embattled city of Aleppo. Russia and China, both veto-wielding council members, voted against the draft, submitted jointly by Egypt, New Zealand, and Spain. Venezuela also voted no, while Angola abstained. The other 11 UN Security Council members backed the resolution calling for the ceasefire to allow the unimpeded access of aid to Aleppo. More than 100,000 people may be under siege in districts still under rebel control, where food supplies are exhausted and there are no functioning hospitals. A new map by Tanzania, which shows it owns half of the disputed Lake Malawi Lake Nyasa, has stirred a fresh row with Malawi, which says that the map is wrong. Tanzania's map shows the northeastern part of the lake being part of its territory, but Malawi claims full ownership. Malawi has since asked for intervention from the United Nations, African Union, and other international organizations. Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokeswoman Bridget Shimber and Malawi has written to key institutions asking them to disregard Tanzania's map. For decades, the two countries have failed to resolve the boundary dispute over the lake, which is the third largest in Africa and potentially rich in oil and gas. This is not the first time Malawi has objected to Tanzania's map. Tensions escalated from 2011 when Malawi began oil exploration activities on the lake. In business, Nigerian rice farmers say they are ready to make the country self-sufficient in rice by next year. They also promise to crash the price of rice, most of which are being imported from Asian countries such as Thailand, Pakistan, and Ceylon. National President of the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria, Mr. Aminu Gunroyo, who gave the assurance in a telephone interview, accused some individuals and corporate bodies of causing the current scarcity and hike in the price of rice to sabotage government effort in agricultural diversification. The rice farmers say they will double rice production rate in 2017 above the 7 million tons produced this year. Members of the association, according to him, have more than 4.5 million hectares of farmland land for rice production, and each hectare has a capacity to produce 5 tons per hectare minimum. Gunroyo says the association had signed a memorandum of understanding with some farm input suppliers in the country to ensure prompt supply of cheap fertilizers and pesticides to boost production. Finally, sport news. Chelsea's Victor Moses has been named the English Premier League African Player of the month of November by organizers New African Soccer. The Nigerian star urged Kenya's Victor Wanyama from Tottenham Hotspur and fellow Nigerian Victor Anichebe of Sunderland to win a second straight award in 2 consecutive months. The first player to perform such a feat since the award program started in 2014. Moses has flourished in a new wing-back role under Chelsea manager Antonio Conte and has been instrumental to his team being top of the Premier League and on an 8-game winning streak. That was the midday news, and just before we go, the major stories once again. Ogun rewarded 4 staff with houses for outstanding performances. Custom banned importation of vehicles through the land borders. APC national leader Bola Tinubu said he was not defecting from the party. Air Force took delivery of 4 trainer jets from Pakistan. On the foreign scene, we reported that scientists warned that Caesarean births affecting human evolution, and Malawi took Tanzania to US over the new map over disputed lake. For more stories and to listen to us live, please log on to our website www.rockcityfmradio.com/live. Thank you for listening. I am Simiat Abaru. Good afternoon.